Hi guys, in this video I want to have a chat with you around banks and their approval time frames when it comes to approval and principles and loan offers. All the banks at the moment are really under pressure. They're under pressure for loads of reasons. They've got some really good staff in there at the moment. However, they can't get more staff in quick enough, and they find it very difficult to train them quickly enough as well. The main reason behind this is that this time last year we had 7 banks doing business in the Irish marketplace. Now with KBC and Ulster Bank leaving, coupled with the fact that ICS and Finance Ireland have racked their rates up ridiculously high, meaning people aren't going to them, you've technically got about 4 lenders in the marketplace trying to do the same levels, if not more, business than this time last year when there was 7 lenders. So the banks are under phenomenal pressure. This is really important for anyone that's thinking to become a first-time buyer, looking to switch their mortgage or looking to trade up into a new house. You need to give yourself loads of time. Come in for a consultation as soon as possible. If you're thinking of buying this year, I'd even go as far as say if you're considering buying early next year, you want to be having your consultation ASAP to get your plan in place to make sure, number one, your affordability and your savings are on track, and number two, we can start applying for the mortgage application as soon as possible. Especially for first-time buyers, buying a property is fraught with loads of different complications. Trying to find the property in the first place, and then if you're coupled with trying to get a loan really quick or under pressure, there's no point in coming to us if you are trying to find a house or bidding a house in the next couple of weeks or months, because your head, will, trust me, will be absolutely wrecked with the process. So give yourself as much time as possible. The other thing to consider here when we're talking about turnaround times is resubmissions, or what we call reworks. If a client comes to us and let's say they're going to Bank of Ireland, and last week Bank of Ireland raised their interest rates by 0.5%, you might now need to go to Permutators B or Advent or Haven or somebody else in the marketplace to get a lower rate. The big issue you're going to be faced with here is that's a new application, so you're back to gathering fresh documentation, fresh statements, etc. So it can be extremely frustrating, both for myself here at askpaul and my team and the submissions team, but also for you, our client or potential client, when you have to gather all the paperwork again. So in this video, I really want to just show you the kind of, or give you an idea of the kind of amount of paperwork that goes on in the background and the time frames that are there from the lender. So it's really important that you consider these when you're going for an application. I suppose what I was trying to say is it's much more difficult to get an application approved quickly compared to what it was last year, and you have to really keep an eye with rates as well. If you're going with a lender because you've got a low rate, it doesn't mean they're going to be the cheapest or the lowest rate. By the time it comes down to drawdown, the lender could easily have moved their interest rates. To wrap up this video, a quick one on interest rates. Irish banks have kept their rates on fixed rates really low. In my opinion, they're there to compete with each other, especially when KBC and Ulster Bank have been leaving the marketplace. However, I just see with Bank of Ireland, Permutators B and AIB have all had rate increases so far in the last couple of months rather. It's really important that you understand that we're going to get more rates. When the European Central Bank was 0% this time last year, these banks were charging on average 2.5 or 3%. Now that the ECB, or the European Central Bank, at the day I record this video, is 3.5%, that would represent the true value of probably 5.5 or maybe even 6%. We've seen Bank of Ireland's 10-year rate go up to 5%. If you have a green rate, it's a little bit lower, but ultimately 5%. So you've seen rates break 5%. Now Finance Ireland sometimes are over 6% on some of their rates as well. In a massive shift in rates, which you really need, if you're on a tracker or you're on a variable rate or thinking about getting a loan, in my opinion, you need to deal with someone that can explain how the mortgage is working, the total cost of interest to you, and make sure you understand how your mortgage works. Do you want a fixed rate that you can overpay, thus reducing the amount of interest over a term, but also reducing the amount of your loan made when you come off a fixed rate in 5 years, 7 years or 10 years? The mortgage market is so complicated. In our opinion, going into one bank, whereas the bank you bank with or because you know someone in there, is madness. You need to use a broker that has multiple banks at disposable like we do here at askpaul. It's going to ultimately mean a better experience in our opinion, but hopefully save you money in the longer term. Hope this video as always has added value. Like, share, comment below and let me know your thoughts. Have a good day and best of luck with the process if you are applying for a mortgage this year.